Whoever clicks on this video, whatever comes to them, will work towards the highest good, the highest possible timeline for the good, the greatest good, the loving good, the merciful good, the redeeming good, the restorative good, all that is good, 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 and godly, and beautiful. Please, dear sage, for the highest good of whoever clicked on this video, what do they need to know? That's 247, that's a yang line. The highest good of the person who clicked on the video, dear sage, that's 368, that's a yin line. That's 3 tails, so that's 246, a moving yin line. So we have thunder in the bottom trigram. Now we have 368, that's a yin line. What does the person who clicked on this video need to know for their highest good? Okay, another yin line. Dear sage, what does the person who clicked on this video need to know for their highest good? Okay. Return, you got hexagram number 24, return. And it changes to hexagram 36, darkening of the light. So you may have to return to a period of keeping your head down for a minute. Everything in the I Ching is only temporary. Everything is moving energy, constantly changing. So your second hexagram is darkening of the light. So first hexagram is returning. On the 7th day comes return. It's about the equinox. Sorry, no, the solstices. It's about the solstices. The longest day and the shortest night, and vice versa. And on the 7th day there is return. And I think line 3 is something about coming and going many times. And whether this is a good idea or not, I'll have to look that up. So basically you're returning to something that's familiar. It's like a cyclic thing, like the weather, like the tides, like it's just going through a familiar cycle. You could be returning from somewhere where you've been abroad or out of your normal space and you're just going home, like that's one example. You could be returning to class or to a job or to a particular activity. Could be returning to yourself. But it's returning to something familiar. And then you get hexagram 36, which is darkening the light. So maybe there's something about this return that's not so great. Maybe it's telling you if you do return to somewhere that you will be in this darkening of the light situation. Darkening of the light situation is where the oppressive forces are kind of have the upper hand, and you just have to retain your inner light while things go on around you that you can't really, they're just not good things, right? And you can't really get involved without exposing yourself or to some kind of danger, like say for example oppressive predatory energies or something like that. And you just have to temporarily hide your light, like just keep it under a bushel until the moment passes, because the oppressors are at their worst at this point in time. So I think before we go any further, I'll just find out what that moving line is about on return, and we'll just get a bit of clarity about return for you. So return, renewal, rebirth, coming home, safe return, friends visit. Thunder under the earth represents the first stirring of spring energy, Well, it's kind of like that here in the southern hemisphere, following the sleep of winter. So it could be just that your energy's returning after you've been depleted or something, you know, like if you've been in a hibernation phase, that could be something that happens. A person returning home after a journey or coming back on track after making a detour. So it could be returning to your true path too. If you've deviated off what you know to be good and correct, then you return to what you know is right. Like if you know if you've strayed off the path, you can return to the path. This is a new beginning for you, your chance to begin again. And you got line 3, which is repeatedly returning. There is no avoiding this situation. You will be faced with this lesson again and again until you get it right. Perseverance is the key to overcoming these dangers. And right, so it looks like the return of a difficult lesson. I feel like my collective is pretty good at learning their lessons, though. Maybe this is your opposition. Does this describe my collective or someone in their vicinity? Heads is it's the collective. Tails is it something external to them. 2 tails and a head. Right. So it's mostly an external things, but because there's one head, you might want to look if there's some small part of you that gets to hook into somehow, because like it's got to be a piece for it to click into, for it in some way. That's an unformed thought, so I'll just leave it sit there. Okay, so what I'm going to say, because it's mostly external to you, is it's painful to watch people returning to things that they should know better. You know, returning to bad behaviors, oppressive behaviors, like because 36 is a lot about a tyrant or devious people or something like that. It's like having to deal with these people, you know, same poo, different day. They don't learn. They just keep repeating the pattern. And so if they come round, you best just like pull your energy back so that they're not like, I'm getting that thing of moths to a flame. If you're a bright light, and these are like energy suckers, I don't mean to badmouth moths in any way. I'm just talking about how they're attracted to your energy. Like, because you're a bright glowing light, and they're like energy parasites, and they just want to suck off your energy. So it's best to keep it on the down low while they're around. Like, you can never extinguish your light completely, but there's times for it to shine, and there's times for it to pull back. So it's like, yeah, it's like the presence of something unpleasant that you don't want to attract the attention of if you can help it. And so it's not you, though. So it's somebody else in your environment who you best just avoid. It's like just avoiding this person, really. It's like if the same people keep coming around the block and there's trouble every time they come around, you might just strategically be doing something else while they pass through. Is there anything to go with this gift stage? Yes. Okay. So there's more to this story. All right. So 3, 6, 8. That's a yin line. 2, 4, 3. That's 7. That's yang. 3, 6, 9. That's a moving yang line. Okay, now we've got a moving yin line. 3 heads. Oh, sorry, 3 tails. Okay, now we've got a yin line. And another yin line. Okay, so we have pushing upwards and deliverance. Okay. All right. Okay, so this pulling back is only temporary. Because after pulling back, you get pushing upwards or ascending. It's actually called ascending in some interpretations. With moving line 3 and 4. Hold it up so you can see it. That's it, 46 there. With moving line 3 and 4, because you count from the bottom. Yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Moving line 3 is, I think, pushing up into an empty city. It's like no obstructions whatsoever. And line 6 is approaching the coronation. Right, so this is just a bit of a temporary blip, I would say. Having to deal with these oppressive energies. It could be the bullies in your life, the people who want to stomp on your dreams, the people who want to put out your fire, who want to gaslight you, who want to control you. It's just controlling, nasty, dark energy. It's like they're circling back round, and if you could just sort of stand back for a minute while they come round, and then you have this opportunity to push upward in a way that's going to bring you a deliverance of some sort. Because it turns into hexagram 46 with the 2 moving lines, turns into deliverance. Yeah. Which is a very fortunate hexagram. Number 40, which is also known as liberation. It's like having to deal with some shitty situation one last time or something like that. Or like, it could also be like pulling back the arrow and then raising it up like this and then shooting, and the arrow just hits the mark. It's kind of like that. So the pullback is only temporary. So something returns. Either you return to somewhere or some situation returns, and it feels oppressive. And you just have to hide your light for a minute. It's sort of jealous, controlling people. It's not pleasant. They just want to dominate and control. They enjoy pain. They're sadistic. You know, they're just too authoritarian. They don't want you to speak your mind. They don't, they don't believe in free speech or free thought or inner sovereignty or anything like that. They just want to, dominate because they're insecure, basically, or they've sold their soul to the darkness or in that moment or whatever it is. It could literally be a situation where there's not much light. Like, all I Ching hexagrams can be taken literally. Like, it could literally be something like a power outage for the night. That's the other possible interpretation. Like, you go home and the power's out for one night, and then you fix it and you it's rewired better, and then with that comes the solution to some problem. Like, it could be something as simple as that. It doesn't necessarily have to be some psychodrama. But worst case scenario is that this hexagram 36, whoever or whatever is this situation here, can be quite dangerous. It's like the tyrannical king kind of thing. It could even be that this is someone you've had the same problem with over and over again, because it's talking about a return that keeps happening. So it could be the person who's fixated on bullying you, if there is one of those. coming around one more time to try and have a go at you for, to try and put their knee on your neck or whatever effectively. And it's like you just don't want to be shining right at that moment when they do that. So just let them pass through and keep yourself to yourself and your energy and your light. It's kind of like you need to pull. It could also be a situation where it can come from inside too. It could be like a sickness or something, like where your health is down and you need that energy for yourself. But it's reassuring you that it's only temporary, this situation. It's just like a repeat thing. It's like the town bully coming around the block again. Or like, like we have here every full moon or whatever, that people who are off their brains on mind altering substances that aren't enhancing, that are ego, that makes their ego inflated. Things that dull their discernment and make their ego inflated and make them run around very fast and sloppy, and egotistical and want to force their way on people. Like every full moon you get these crazies going off outside because they've had too much of whatever their poison is, and now they're out of money and they want to be angry or whatever it is. Like that happens. This person is potentially also devious, depending on what, it could be someone actually actively prying into your affairs too. So it's like, keep your private, you might want to change your passwords or your PIN codes or something like that. And then, after this pullback, it's basically full steam ahead, and it releases something that, it liberates something really major. It's both delivery and liberation, like depending on which way it comes to you. It could be like, because hexagram 40 could be like your deliverance could come in the form, say for example, if you were struggling financially, then your deliverance would come in the form of money. You get the money you need to get through to the next step. If you were in sickness, then the deliverance would be you get well again, or you get to see the doctor of your choice, or whatever it is. If you are feeling restricted and caged, your deliverance is the cage door opens. So whatever it is, after this brief period of holding back, you get to go full steam ahead on your ascension, because it's actually called ascension in some hexagrams, some interpretations. What's it called in this one? '48, '47. Arising, growth, moving up. So you're moving up in the world, or in your you're making progress with your project. Upward mobility. Oh, but it stresses that it's that kind of slow, steady progress. It's goat-like progress. It's not rocket ship so much progress. It's more like mountain goat progress. It actually uses the image of a tree on the side of a mountain growing bigger every year. It says you are favored for a promotion of some sort. Do not be afraid to make a move or see someone influential. And you get line 3, taking over an empty city. Something that comes to you very easily may be of little value or might soon be lost. Check out its real worth before going for it. Okay, so you might watch out for white elephants, so to speak. Yeah, like maybe you can rent a really big place for your retail business for a cheap price, but there's no foot traffic there or something like that. Taking over an empty city, it's like, well, you can have all the space you want, but there's nobody to talk to and no doctor in town. Could be like that. So yeah, taking over an empty city. So that's just like, but mind you, on the positive side, like, so that's the negative side of taking over an empty city. On the positive side is there's no resistance whatsoever. It's like, you know, you're given the keys to a big warehouse and said, do whatever you like with it because nobody cares, right? So it could be like that, you know, and nobody minds and you can do what you want and everyone's really happy to see you here and you've got instant customers because there's no competition because the city's almost empty. It could be like that too. So it can, you want to play into the positive side of it and be aware of the negatives. So, you know, it seems like that's a step on the path, maybe by, you know, by taking over this empty city, so to speak. I'm just getting this picture of like a vegan activist going to a platform where there's no vegans, like you're the only vegan activist there. And so, you know, you've instantly got heaps of feedback from people and engagement because you're the only one representing there. And then that brings you attention, that brings you some kind of an attention or promotion or gives you the skills or whatever to handle a bigger platform maybe. It's like the empty city gives you an opportunity to refine your skills or to do like a trial run of something. It's like doing the prototype, maybe even like trying something out in a small city before you launch it in a big city. See, you know, so you can see what works and what doesn't work. So then you get line 4, which is climbing the mountain with offerings. You are moving up and participating with powerful forces. Though you are not at the center of power, you are invited to participate. Patient step-by-step progress as in climbing a mountain. Yeah, there you go, like goat-like progress. It's very much a goat hexagram, even though there's no mention of goats anywhere, but it's kind of Capricorn in its vibe. But number 53 is also a bit like that, you know, the slow, steady progress. And then you get hexagram number 40, which is deliverance. Relief, freedom, escape. The line of least resistance. Get free and return home. Thunder over the water. From the thunder above falls the rain. The thunderstorm breaks, clearing the air and tension as built up. Getting out of danger. So it's like making a break for it. Whether you want to go home or you want to leave home. This is often that's a timing hexagram too, number 40. It's all about taking the move before the thunderstorm breaks. If there's something you have to do, then do it quickly. If there is nothing more you have to do, then nowhere else you have to go, then return home. Forgive yourself and others. Follow the line of least resistance. Yes, forgiveness is a bit of a theme in that hexagram number 40. It's like sometimes problems are just resolved by just going, look, let's just not continue this argument anymore because it's run its course. Excuse me. All right, let's get a couple of... Oh, got the frog in the throat. Sometimes a conflict just runs out of steam and it's easier just to move on. Okay, can I please have a helpful energy, dear Sage? For the person who clicked on this video. So you've got a timeline here. It's like something returns that's all too familiar. It causes you to need to hide your light under a bushel for a short moment, after which you make sure and steady progress, which brings you to that pre-coronation stage, and then some kind of liberation, escape, some kind of deliverance or delivery. Yeah, it's definitely both. I'm definitely, like, I don't normally think about that, but it's definitely, in this case, it could be a delivery that frees you. I don't know, maybe if you're waiting for a car and your car gets delivered, your car gets fixed, and now you can get back in your car and drive it, and now you can go. It could be something as simple as that. You know, like, on a practical sense, this could be like, oh, your car gets this same problem it always gets, and now you're finally going to fix it properly, and that you've got no car for a couple of weeks, and then it's fixed, and now you can go. It's sort of like that. But I'm definitely hearing delivery here. So I don't know if somebody's waiting on a delivery that's important, or your liberation comes with something being given to you. It could be just like a gift from God, an opportunity, potentially. It could be a key. I'm seeing somebody being given a key. It could be a key to a space that you like, a house that you like, or something like that. It could be a key to a car. There's no mention of keys in the hexagram reading either. That's just what I'm getting. Your deliverance could come in the form of a key or a code. Helpful energy, dear Sage, for the person whose this video is. Horse, freedom, you always have a choice. Right, so this is all working towards your ultimate freedom. I'm just getting here that the hexagram 36, this returning dark energy could be the narcissist in your life or whatever, and it's just like, this time you don't fall for their tricks. You see through them or whatever, and this frees you from a cycle. Yes, this is about being freed from a reoccurring cycle. This is like breaking a spell or a curse or something, because at the end you're free. It's like facing something one last time and facing it head on, and just, well, maybe the way you face it is just by not giving it your energy. That could be it. You could be just starving it, whatever it is. Just starving of it, of energy, of light. So it has to consume its own and become nothing. Another helpful energy, please. While the person is in the darkening process or situation, what helps them in the tricky bit if it comes round? What helps them in the tricky bit? Salmon. That feeling that you're swimming against the tide, but in your case, it's actually appropriate for you to swim against the tide. Because maybe the tide is going somewhere you don't want to go. Like, maybe it could be just like returning to bad habits or something like that, and you don't want to go there. You know, it'd be easy to go with the flow and do what the crowd's doing, but if you do what the crowd's doing, then that takes you back to places that you don't want to go back to. So in that case, you would actually have to swim against the tide. You would actually have to go against the group expectation to get to the freedom that you want, which is not being oppressed by this tyrant. 36 has definitely got the energy of a devious tyrant who's, you know, is just never satisfied. Very controlling, devious tyrant. So it's like, you know where you are going and you will get there, and you have a choice, and you always have a choice. You don't have to, even if it's only your inner, that you don't innerly assent to what they affirm. You know your truth. One more, please. You have all the resources you need, so don't let the scarcity thing. It might be a fright in terms of a bill or something like that, trying to drag you back down into fear. Like, because whatever it is, 36 will try and use fear. So it's reassuring you that you've got the resources, even if it doesn't appear like it. You've got the resources and the determination, and you know what you're doing. Like, if you just trust your instinct rather than going with the flow, because it feels like groupthink a bit. It feels like dark groupthink. So if you trust your own sense of inner sovereignty, I think, and stick to your highest principles. Can we please have a mahjong card or two? What else is helpful, dear Sage? Scandal. Well, maybe it all has to come out to the light. What's been in the closet? What's been hiding in the closet? Because I asked what is helpful. So the scandal is actually helpful to you. Maybe it's this devious tyrant actually gets seen for who they actually are. Maybe they are a bit over the top, and that because you're just keeping to yourself and you're keeping your energy to yourself and you're not asking for trouble. That exposes them. What else is helpful, please, dear Sage, for the person who clicked on this video for the highest good and the highest good of everyone and all concerned, the goodliest good, please? Faith. And it came out upside down. Maybe they don't have faith in their schemes and scams anymore. Or the scandal causes the public to lose faith in this deviant tyrant. That sort of feels right. What is helpful to the querent, please, Sage? Oh, they're not mahjong cards. They're picture cards. I thought they were mahjong cards. What's helpful? That must be meant to be. One more helpful. That's too many. What else helps the person who clicked on this video, dear Sage? The lady. There's a helpful lady. She's a very ladylike lady, a lady of the world. She's helpful. So there's one helpful feminine energy in your situation. Well, that's always nice. I might just leave it there. Collective. We'll try check in again soon. See what we get next time. Happy days to you.